If your edges look awkward, overly outlined, muddy, or flat, it's almost certainly because of one of these 6 mistakes. And the frustrating thing is that most of these are what actually feels natural or intuitive. It feels like it should be the right thing to do. And that's exactly why so many painters keep making these same mistakes. I'm going to paint each one of these right in front of you in real time. That way you can see exactly what it looks like. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to correct every single one of these. With that, let's get started. The first mistake is skipping drawing entirely and going straight into painting. This often leads to some major errors in accuracy, and from the very beginning, you're making it hard to get clear edges because you're not actually clear about where the form should go in the first place. The big problem with this is correcting as you go. You keep working over the same area back and forth, and it creates a lot of mess on the surface. A basic drawing can be done in 10 minutes or less, and it helps you to figure out where every single edge belongs. Mistake number 2, outlining the subject. This actually goes hand in hand with that previous mistake. What tends to happen is that because people don't set boundaries, they end up overly outlining, trying to define them later on in the process. The problem is that outlining makes a very rigid edge. It makes it look like a sticker or cartoonish. These types of outlines will make your work read instantly like it was made by a beginner. Now, something important to consider here is that most objects do not have outlines in real life. They actually just kind of overlap or connect with each other. So when you're looking at your subject, I want you to pay attention to this. Does your subject actually have an outline? Or is that something that you're just inventing? Usually, you're never going to have a clear boundary and a very clear outline all the way around your subject. It's pretty much impossible. Mistake number 3, leaving a gap between the subject and the background. This is the same exact mistake as that outline that we were talking about, but it's expressed in a different way. Because you're afraid of making the objects touch, you actually just leave a gap in between them. And unintentionally, you're creating an outline again. This tends to happen because you're afraid that the paint will get muddy, or you're worried that the two sides will start blending together and you'll lose your form. The problem is, this is exactly what muddies the form in the first place. That brings us into our next mistake, which is again an expression of the same fear, not filling in the background. Maybe you paint the subject in full and then you don't know what to do with the background, or you keep painting on the subject and never put anything in the background. The problem is you can't judge an edge without having both sides of it. You need to understand what's on the other side. That way you can clearly define where your form is. Again, this comes from that same sort of fear. You're worried that the background and the subject are going to muddy each other, or you're afraid to lose the line that you worked so hard to create, and so you choose to just leave the background blank. The problem is the subject will never feel like it's truly immersed in the environment. The easy way to fix this is to start filling in the background early on. Mistake number 5, overloading the brush. Now we're getting into techniques, and this one is one of the most brutal when it comes to breaking edges. Too much paint on the brush means that you lose control, and this is oftentimes where painters will start to just keep on building and building, and that's what leads to mud, irregular texture, and a total loss of an edge. Now you might be thinking, oh, but Nick, I want to have texture in my paint. Well, that's just great, but you don't need to do it in the first layer. The beautiful thing about oil paint is that it gives us all the time in the world to keep reworking and keep building. So you don't need to have that thick texture in the first layer. And in fact, if you have a very thin amount of paint, it's going to make it easier to build texture later on. Mistake number 6, This is the final boss and one that I'm sure we've all dealt with, trying to blend the mess and hoping it fixes everything. This is like the last resort, last ditch effort where you think, okay, I messed up the edges, everything is all thick and muddy. What if I just blend it and try to soften everything? At first, it may feel like you're actually making progress because you end up with a slightly softer result. The problem is you're still going to end up losing the edge. On top of that, if you have a lot of texture on the surface or thickly built up paint, you're not really addressing the root of the problem, which is all that thickly built up paint. If you ever find yourself in panic mode where you just start painting faster and faster and you're trying to correct and it keeps getting worse, my advice is to stop. Just stop what you're doing, take a breath, maybe even walk away from the painting and come back with fresh eyes. Rush and panic aren't going to help anything. So, those are 6 of the most common mistakes I see when it comes to painting edges. In the next video, we're going to talk about how you can actually fix this and give yourself a better approach from the very beginning to paint sharper and clearer edges. If you want to go even deeper into this, I'm building an online painting community where we tackle problems just like this. I'll leave the link in the description and I hope to see you there. With that, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.